¿Qué onda? Good thing we're going that way. Isaiah and I decided to start the Great Divide mountain bike route going north from the border of Mexico. Luckily for us, Isaiah was already visiting his family in Las Cruces, New Mexico, a short drive from the beginning of the ride. Getting started. Out here. We did one day of riding through the desert to get to Silver City. Then we were in the Gila National Forest, which was great. This traffic, man. After a day in the Gila National Forest, we pulled into the middle of nowhere. No trees, no water, no nothing. We had to worry about wearing enough sunscreen and carrying enough water. Yeah. Chilling. Definitely out here. From there, we made it to the legendary Pie Town, which was unfortunately closed on Tuesday, the day that we arrived. Luckily there, we met Nita, the owner of the Toaster House, who invited us over to have as much food and drink as we wanted. We obliged. It was sweet. Later that evening, just south of Grants, we rolled into a sweet canyon. Yo, what up? About to run into that wall. Southern New Mexico turned out to be very rural, remote, and dry. We did, however, find a bunch of really great camp spots. ¿Qué onda? ¿Qué hubo? Made it. Even though each day in New Mexico was very warm, the evenings ended up being very cold. Something we weren't expecting. We also met some cool other riders doing the Divide route. Pictured here, Ryan Doozer finishing up his New Mexico section going south. And here, some Vermont homies, their first day on a bike for the entire summer. There were also cool random spots where water and food was provided for hikers and bikers. That pump going, yeah. Vroom. Cold water. After a few days, we finally made it to Grants, New Mexico, where we ate some fast food, filled up on groceries, and headed back out into the desert. Man, where are we at?
We are in the Hospa
Chapel.
Hospa Chapel.
Is this where we're gonna stay tonight? Oh man. Right in front of the front door, I think. Which is kind of weird, but it's out of the wind. Our trip from Grants to Cuba, New Mexico took us back out into the open New Mexico desert. It was okay, and we did some road running, and eventually made it to Cuba, where we had some nice, cold beer. It was sweet. The next day, leaving Cuba, we knew we were headed back into the forest. We were pretty stoked. As you can see, the Santa Fe National Forest was crisp as an ice-cold bush. Yeah, we out here. We eventually started to approach the northern New Mexico high country. At the entrance, we met the world-famous Sylvia, who runs the Summer Store, an informal place that sells drinks, food, and treats to any of the racers or riders coming through. The store wasn't ready this early in the season, but they were happy to give us water and chat with us about the route and its history. The next morning was the beginning of our assault on the New Mexico-Colorado state border through the northern New Mexico, beautiful high country. Looking at scenery, man, these paisajes, dog. Brazos High Point, how you feel, Isaiah? Highest point of your trip. We finally made the high point in New Mexico, so clearly it was an easy downhill down into Colorado. Not. After a lot of up and down, we took one last look at the New Mexico high country. Isaiah was super stoked to take this selfie at the Colorado state line. We had a big downhill into Horka, Colorado, where it was sunny and beautiful at the Red Bear Welcome Center. Isaiah and his slowly braking rear wheel made it to Colorado, so Horka was his final destination. I was super proud of Isaiah on his first overnight bike tour.
Yeah, fixing stuff.